was only the start of it. One less.
Nice. No. He's streaming. He's the latest host of Great Britain News. I mean, that perfectly sums up Britain, to be fair. He's the latest host of Great Britain News. I mean, that perfectly sums up Britain, to be fair. He's the latest host of Great Britain News. I mean, that perfectly sums up Britain, to be fair. He's the latest host of Great Britain News. You know, in his Discord. You know, he's got a Discord. Oh, God. Oh, God. They're definitely going to, like, put me on his show when fucking Great Britain News starts. That's when I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Galloway. I'm trying to watch the better version of your show.
Yeah, we're trying to get on the thing you want to get on. Like, you want a job in.
So I've been watching Great Britain News on the Jimmy Savile account. I heard you want a job on that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking to a solicitor now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get sued. Yeah. If he sues me, that'd be funny. That'd be hilarious.
He did read what? No, perhaps not.
Oh, come on.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, how brain dead would you have to think to believe that gives you wings? Like, they should just sue him for being a moron. It is funny, to be fair. Oh, it's starting. It's starting Great Britain News. It's Andrew Neil.
And this is GB News.
It looks so shit.
Great, the great Andrew Neil.
It looks so shit. It's so budget.
It's 8 p.m. on Sunday, June the 13th,
Oh
2021. Welcome to the launch of GB News, Britain's news channel, dedicated to covering the news that matters to you.
He's already read.
Look at him. To those who felt sidelined or even silenced in our great national debates.
Look at him, Andrew's already right.
It matters to us. GB News will not slavishly follow the existing news agenda. We're not a rolling news channel, nor will we be providing conventional news bulletins. But on all of our programs and platforms, you'll always know what's going on and what the country is talking about. We will broadcast news programs throughout the day that are appointments to view, built around passionate presenters,
we will not
character,
follow
flair,
the agenda
opinion,
of the news.
It looks worse. It looks worse than George Galloway.
They will concentrate on the stories that matter to you and that others are neglecting. And even when we're covering the same stories as others, will come at them in a very different way. We've put together a lineup of youth and experience, of familiar faces and fresh ones. They come from all backgrounds and all parts of our country too. Our team of national and regional reporters covering the whole of the UK is the backbone of GB News, embedded in communities they know because that's where they hail from, delivering the huge range of stories and voices that reflect the views and values of our United Kingdom. What unites us is the firm belief that now is the time to do news differently. We are committed to covering the people's agenda, not the media's agenda. We will not lecture you or talk down, and nobody will be allowed to hector. Indeed, Hector has been banished from the studio.
Yeah, well, that money
GB News will not be yet another echo chamber for the metropolitan mindset that already dominates so much of our media. It is our explicit aim to empower those who feel their stories, their opinions, their concerns have been ignored or diminished. We are proud to be British. The clue is in the name. And while we will never hold back from covering our country's many flaws and problems, we will not come at every story with the conviction that Britain is always at fault, usually to blame when things go wrong, generally useless. We won't forget what the B stands for in our gospel. We will cover the good news as well as the bad, because even in grim times there is much that is great and uplifting to report and celebrate about our country. We will encourage debate and conversation to include voices you don't often hear on other news broadcasts. We'll sometimes quote controversy, but we want civilized discourse, not shouting matches, no matter how heated our discussions become. And we like heated discussions, but we will always demand respect for opposing points of view. We won't dwell much on the latest gossip of the Westminster bubble, which is too often obsessed about matters of no importance to anybody else. We will puncture the pomposity of our elites in politics, business, media and academia and expose their growing promotion of cancel culture for the threat to free speech and democracy that it is. We'll be more concerned with what will raise prosperity and create jobs in our left-behind towns than what some overprivileged and ahistoric students decide to hang on their walls in Oxford. Social mobility and a fair chance in life for all will matter more to us than the wasteland to nowhere that is identity politics. And if you want fake news,
he may be well fed,
disinformation, distortion of the facts, conspiracy theories, then GB News is not for you. Because in everything we do, we will be guided by the highest journalistic standards written into the contracts of everybody who works here at GB News. Robust, even disputatious debate, of course. A much wider variety of voices than you currently hear in broadcasting, certainly. But never the promotion of matters we know to be untrue or the pushing of facts that are convenient to a viewpoint that may be convenient, but not properly checked. And when we do make mistakes, as we will correct them quickly and without quibble. Along the way, we hope to have fun. We hope you will too. GB News will aim to inform, inspire, and entertain. We start the journey tonight. We hope you'll join us, because if it matters to you, it matters to us. I'm Andrew Neil, and this is GB News.
Only fun will be backstage, guys and girls.
Now, as the new kid on the block, we thought we'd use this special launch of GB News to introduce you to some of the faces and voices that you'll see and hear in the weeks, the months and the years ahead. And we start with someone who is authentic, unvarnished and unashamedly on the side of the unheard. Michelle Dewberry will be giving you her take on the top stories every weekday from 6 p.m. on Dubes & Co. She joins us now from the kitchen table, the breakfast table in our studio here. Michelle, you were brought up in Hull, a pretty poor background. There were tough times. You became a successful business person. You won The Apprentice. Everybody remembers that. You've run for Parliament. I assume that background is, you're going to bring a lot of that to the content of your show.
Absolutely, Andrew. And hello, good evening, everybody. What a treat and how exciting to be here. From my perspective, Andrew, you mentioned experienced presenters and new faces. And I guess I'm somewhere in the middle. I never went to university to study journalism. I never imagined I'd be sitting here tonight with my own TV show, that's for sure. And I guess I'm someone who's always felt passionate, well, certainly for about the last probably 20 years, felt very passionate about what's been going on in the world. And has wanted to get involved and comment on it. And, you mentioned my upbringing there. This is one of the things that I hope is going to help connect me to my viewers.
I feel very passionate
whilst my
about
show
what's
is
going on
called
in the
Dupes
world.
& Co, it's
Like,
not
right,
just my
that tells
show.
us
I want you
nothing.
viewers to get involved. And I asked actually for you to get in touch with me and tell me what matters to you. And I got hundreds and hundreds of messages. And people want something different. They want a little bit of change. And, like I've said, I'm not an experienced university graduate journalist. I'm someone who's almost been to the school of hard knocks, if you will. I've lived life. I've got a lot of experiences. I'm a new mum now as well. So that's kind of shaped the way I look at things. And I'm just so excited and privileged to be having a conversation and to be doing that 5 nights a week as well.
And what kind of stories are you going to be bringing us that will be informed by what you've been through?
Well, so from my background, we had a challenged upbringing. We were on the at-risk register for a time at my childhood. I very tragically lost my sister when I was 17, and that was the catalyst for everything that's happens now in my life. It changed every inch of me, and it makes me feel a real connection to people who are going through adversity, mental health challenges, employment challenges, people that are feeling lost in life. And a big theme that I'm experiencing at the moment, I experienced it myself, and I was overwhelmed with people contacting me about it, Andrew, was this whole sense that in society right now, there's only one acceptable viewpoint, and if you don't conform, then you're going to immediately get cancelled or called stupid or called racist or xenophobic. And I've had enough of that, and I know many of our viewers will have had enough of that. So I'm excited to tackle some of those subjects with voices that are very different to perhaps what you might have heard from before.
Well, Michelle, there's a lot hanging on this, especially for me.
Can you predict
because your show is on just before mine.
I know.
So I am counting on you to deliver a huge audience, so I can just take it easy. It's really down to you, Michelle.
Well, hopefully, by the time I get to my 2 hours, everyone's going to be still awake, still with it, and wanting more, Andrew, and then off over to you.
I'm sure there will be. Michelle, thanks for joining us tonight on this very special show. Now, he's a renowned archaeologist and known as the bloke with the great hair who walked around the British coast. Not bad if you get paid for it. But in his weekly show, Neil Oliver wants to get to the core of what it is to be British. He joins me now. Neil, welcome. You're now entering into controversy, current affairs, not
honestly, this is dire.
Lovely geographic documentaries. How's that feeling?
It feels great.
If this
it actually is the worst show ever. Who's going to watch this shite? Just turn over and it's fucking Piers Morgan, like, with a gender-neutral Mr. Potato.
If this news is representing, Britain as a British news channel, to competitor to the BBC, I would honestly be embarrassed. It's just dire, isn't it? I mean, I know it's their first
Yeah, but you look how low quality it is. It isn't even the... No, but it isn't just the shiteness of the people on it. It's also, like, look how low quality it is. Look at that. It looks absolutely... Look at George Galloway's show. It looks better than this. Fucking Putin.
Let me just interrupt you a little bit there, Neil. I've just been told we just lost your mic a little bit, but I'm sure we'll be able to get that back on. So stick with us while I just move on to one of our other presenters, because as you know, this is a channel that is built around the talent.
This is the most shite shit I've ever seen.
Now,
I've literally
chatty,
seen YouTubers
upbeat, bold,
about one brain
the
cell have a
great
better
British
production quality
breakfast
than this.
will be setting the GB News agenda every morning from 6 a.m., giving you a cheerful way to start your day.
Jesus Christ.
Kirsty Gallagher, one of a star lineup of presenters, is on the show, and she joins us now. Kirsty, you've done lots of sports
was that guy
broadcasting.
speaking?
Now you are
I didn't know.
going to have to do the news as well. How does that feel?
Honestly,
It's
I didn't know he
great.
was
So
speaking.
good evening to you. Good evening, everybody watching as well. So exciting to be on. Yeah, Andrew, it's going to be very
Exciting,
different.
I
I
can't
come
wait.
from sport, but a journalistic background. So for me, this is a really exciting new challenge. We can combine
Muster
both.
fired from
We
the
will be
job
doing
centre.
sport. I've made sure of that. Yeah, so it's very, very exciting, as I said.
And what kind of news particularly interests you?
Lots of different types of news. I mean, for me, it is all about Britain right now and how it affects those different parts of Britain. I was born, obviously, as you know, I was born in Scotland. I'm a Scottish girl, brought up down in the
Very
south.
Scottish,
So,
love.
you know, there are lots of things that do interest me.
So far, we've only had Scots on this show, so that's a good start
We're doing well.
to it. But it's early
Oh my
days.
God,
We're only
Great
10
Britain
minutes
news is controlled by
into it.
fish lips.
What about these early mornings? How do you cope with that?
Yeah, it's early, but it's fine, it's great, and we're all ready
Oh,
to go.
God,
We
it's
want to
just
bring
funny.
something lovely and
It's
fresh and
sad
bright.
but
We're going to have
funny.
lots of discussions here in the kitchen at the breakfast bar here, and we've already had lots of sort of good debates. I might have to keep Darren and Nana apart a little bit. I mean, they do get quite heated,
Nana?
but no, it's going to be great, and we want to bring positive
Nana.
news, Andrew, to people, and we've been through, you know, a very tough 18 months or so. So for us, it's about talking about those big,
Christ, that's what I
the
call
big
my Nana,
subjects
like
of the
3
day,
years
the
old.
big topics of the day, looking at the newspapers, etc. But also
her
those
name.
other little gems that we might find to brighten up your morning and get you going.
But the format will be that you'll be doing all the news and the stories of the day and different.
What is this shite, honestly?
Is that you're going to be kind
Honestly, I
of
think
talking
we
and
could do a
arguing
better
among
programme.
yourselves
I'm
as
not
well.
even joking.
There'll be
Very
good
much.
debates going.
Yeah, absolutely, very much so. Our opinion, we won't be shy of telling you what we feel about it. Also asking you for you,
Right,
you know,
Cameron's
your
in the chat. I don't know if he
feedback.
wants to be
You
part of
know,
our
we
new
want
show.
the general public to get in touch. We want a lot of interaction, and that's really what it's about for us in the morning.
And you'll be hoping to set the agenda for the channel for the rest of the day by digging up stories that we have to follow up.
That's right. We will be doing that and watching those stories evolve in the day and unfurl. So, you know, we better pick well. We better choose well.
All right, Kirsty, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being with us. As we were saying, strong personalities with heartfelt opinions and a
personalities.
sense of what the United Kingdom is all about.
I haven't
Colin
had a single
Brazier
strong
and Mercy.
I just. Did you just say I would like to give a
Rope.
shout out to Sir Jimmy Savile? Give him a bit of context.
Okay, will be challenging main.
Right, yeah.
Turns out to be the real Jimmy Savile.
Stream conversation, and they join me now from our sofa area. We have so many
Gamble
areas
TVU.
to
You don't
go
employ
to here.
before
Let's go to this one here. Colin, just seeing you in the run up to the launch of our channel, I kind of got the feeling
Hello,
you're
Ralph.
champing at the bit
Hello.
to get going.
We're watching Great Britain
I
News at the
am,
moment.
Andrew, I am. I mean, I was 23 years at Sky News, 23 very happy years,
Yeah.
hugely supportive. Sky
Very well,
were
thank
to me
you.
when
How are
2
you?
3 years ago my wife died, leaving me with a young family to bring up. I'm hugely grateful to Sky. But mainstream
We're
media
watching
and what
Great
they
Britain
do
News
and their
at the moment,
values
Jimmy
and
Savile
their,
now.
their journalistic mores, I think are
come
different from what we're trying to do here. This isn't just another journalistic job, another posting. This has got the sense of a calling about it. We feel, and I think I speak for many
Oh,
of us
God,
who've taken
I can't watch.
a
Oh, have you been
calculated
keeping an eye
gamble
on
to come
Jack
to GB
Galloway's
News
show?
that it's offering something really quite unique.
Yeah, he's waffling.
You heard Michelle Dewberry talk about some of the sense of the values that she is trying to embed here.
It's a shame.
That sense that we want toleration, or we don't feel there's enough toleration.
I hope
about
he rings
now.
you back.
And that was certainly something that drawn to me. In all this, my touchstone, Andrew, I've got a couple of
Hilarious
younger
if he
sisters.
rings you back,
One's a
honestly.
teacher, one works
Funniest
still
thing ever.
on the the Co-op, on the checkout in Bradford. And over the years, you know, we discussed politics. She's very politically engaged. And the gap between what the mainstream media were talking about and deemed acceptable felt further and further and further away from the
God, we
sorts
should
of
bring
things
up Alex
she's talking
Spelford as
about.
well.
She hasn't changed. Her views haven't changed. She's not a bigot. She wants to explore ideas. And she's my touchstone. And I'm thinking of her tonight, Annie, if you're watching.
Very well, I'm sure she is. Mercy, you've been involved in public policy, but this sort of stuff, this media business is quite new to you. Excited and a bit apprehensive?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I am
It's Great
excited.
Britain
I
news.
mean, I think what we're trying to do at GB News, and certainly
Galloway going
what
over
me and Colin
Ridgefield
will
will
be
be
doing
all
on our
day.
programme is really just
Look
giving
at
a
Andrew Neil, he's
platform
just in
for
disbelief at what's
discussion
going on,
for
even
some
he
of the
knows it's a
issues
fucking
that
shit show.
people discuss in
Who are
the
these
comfort
people?
of their
Nobody
living
cares.
rooms and feel they can really only discuss in private these
We know what we
days,
want on this
because
show. We want
if
fucking
they
Piers
dare
Morgan.
say, you know, those things in public, they're going
But
to
then
be
Piers
called
Morgan saw how
racist, or
shit
they're
the
going to
set
be
looked
called
and said,
sexist
"Fuck
or
off."
transphobic. And we want to, you know, give a sort of an intellectual space for those
Lots of
kinds
chin
of discussions.
stroking.
Yes, but also in an accessible way, in a way that doesn't sneer at the audience, in a way that
Oh, I
allows for
really-
some
I
views
really
that
wanna
might
see,
be deemed controversial, but, you know,
Yeah, I
are
really want to
nonetheless,
see
you know, very much
Galloway bring
needed.
you back.
Andrew, I'll just step in and say one thing. It's been an education during the rehearsals
And
with
I called
Mercy
back on
because,
Skype, I hope it
you know,
worked.
she's at least 50 points on the IQ scale, cleverer than me. Her synapses are firing really quickly. But what's fascinating is
Yeah, the thing is, Kat, when will they start talking about taking the knee?
Breathe, and we need to kind of understand, why is it that people
Why
have
is it that
these views?
people have
Why is
these
it that
views?
people
I'm so
voted
miffed.
to leave the European Union? Why is it that so many working class people are voting Conservative? You know, it's not because they're stupid. It's not because they're anti-immigration or, you know, racist.
Why are people
Let's try and
so
understand
racist?
why
Oh,
people
wait,
think the way
the
they
sun.
do, and let's, you know, treat all views that like they matter because they do.
Well, you'll have the space to do all that on
You have the
GB
space to
News,
be as
Colin,
racist as
Mercy.
you want on
Can't wait to
GB
see your
News, thank
programmes.
you.
Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm coming back now to Neil Oliver.
It's been cancelled there in
I
silence.
thought they'd got you right away. I just want to check. Can we hear Neil now? Don't want to proceed unless we can hear him.
Sure,
They
Brian.
can hear. The nation can hear you, Neil. And what I was asking you was, you know, you became famous for doing all these wonderful documentaries, but they weren't political, they weren't controversial. They were just fantastic to watch and
Look at that
to listen
cherry
to you.
singing as well.
You're now in the middle of controversy. How are you taking that?
It's most unexpected, either by accident or
By
by
design.
design. I seem to have moved
God.
on. I've taken a
God
step
chose
into the
you to do
unknown.
Great
I'm
Britain
known
News.
for talking about the history, the great landscape, the great
divine
variety
right.
of stories that are here in the million years of human history in this archipelago. But somehow
see
over
that?
the last 18 months or 2
you see
years,
that?
I seem to have come to the fore with opinions, and they are my opinions, and they will be honestly expressed. But what matters to me most of all is that people talk to me all the time. You know, they come up to me when I'm out walking my dogs. They come up to me when I'm out, you know, in the supermarket, and I know that they have a deep need to have their point of view expressed,
Galloway, mate,
and that they're not
you're lucky you
hearing
didn't get
it.
employed on
They
this
no
show. It's
longer
terrible.
feel that their voices or voices like
I think
theirs
Galloway's
are
above
out in
this
the
show.
mainstream. So
Jesus
I
Christ.
feel
I think he has more
beyond a
respect working
responsibility,
for
an
fucking
obligation. To bring their voices to the fore, because the people that I talk to have something to say, and it matters to hear it.
Not racist, just don't like
You
them.
are someone
That's what they would say.
who is proud of your British identity and feels it's important that you're British, and you have a dual identity of British and
bit of
Scottish.
twat.
That's not such a fashionable view north of the border now.
It has certainly been the case in the last number of years that there seems to be an expectation that you must make a choice, that you're either Scottish or British. But I know that as I was growing up, and really, and to this day, I've always felt British and Scottish at the same time. And for the longest time, it was never political. It was more of a statement of geographical fact. You know, these are the British Isles. And as a citizen belonging
just
to that
such-
place, I regarded myself as British. But I see no
This is so fucking
schizophrenia in
boring.
it.
Just get the
You know, I
gender
feel
neutral
that I can be
potatoes on. That's what the
more than
people
one
want.
thing at a time. You know,
Jesus
I'm a
Christ.
husband and I'm a dad, and we are a family. And likewise, I am
Yeah, we
Scottish
want
and
a
I
show
am
about
British,
how
and we are a
transgender
bigger
people are
family.
people.
And that
That's what we
enriches
wanna
my
see.
experience of what it is
You
to
don't wanna hear
be
this
in
waffle.
this landscape. And to the day I die,
Just
I will
get into
consider
the fucking
myself to
racism
be British.
already. Jesus
Is it
Christ.
true that if I write to
Where's
you
Tommy
and I put it
Robinson?
in an envelope
Yeah,
and I write on
exactly.
the
That would have
King
been a
of
far more
Scotland,
interesting
Sterling,
show. if
it
Tommy
goes
Robinson
straight
was
to
on it.
you.
But
As
it's
it
gonna be-
turns
it's
out,
boring,
that seems to be
washed-up
who I
story.
actually am.
How did this happen? That's
bloke?
amazing.
Yeah,
It's
it'd be
over a
funny
year
if they
ago
put
now, possibly
Tommy
even
Robinson
longer.
on there.
Someone,
just he starts simping for
had
the job and they
used,
give it to him.
like
You know
jigsaw
it's bad
pieces out
when
of a
you've got, like,
book I
some
had
washed
written.
up
I had described
historians,
living in the
people like
vicinity of
fucking
Stirling Castle.
Tick,
It's
who are
true.
probably more relevant than you.
An envelope
now.
came addressed
Jesus
to
Christ.
lives near Stirling Castle in a postcode that
How
lets
does
you
it
in
feel
for
you've
free.
been replaced
And
by grade A
that is
morons,
true.
and
I
now you
live in
have
a
to be
part
on
of
this
Stirling
shit
where
show.
you can go into Stirling
Into the castle, right.
without having to buy a ticket. And our postman duly delivered the letter. I took a photograph of that envelope, put it out on Twitter, and it seemed to trigger a flood. And now every week I
everyone's
get
just
these
saying it's a
wonderful
catastrophe.
letters that not only make me smile, but when I open the letters and read the contents, they are heartfelt, they are full of passion, and those
so boring.
expressions,
And you see how
those
low quality
ideas
it is.
eloquently expressed within those letters are part of what I hope to bring to my show.
Well, we are proud to have the King,
King
of
of
Scotland in our
Scotland.
lineup of GB News.
You're welcome.
And I promise Your Majesty, next time we'll get you a better microphone.
Thank you very much.
Now, they've already been nicknamed the Naughty Corner here at GB News. I'm talking, of course,
The naughty
about
corner.
Simon McCoy and Alex Phillips. They'll join us after the break. Plus, how every night between 9 and midnight, we aim to provide nightly news with a lot of attitude. But first, here's a sample of our team of national and regional reporters telling us more about the communities that matter to them.
Now, we're used to hearing about the political turmoil here in Northern
Oh
Ireland.
my God, look how bad
but
that
GB
green
wants to
screen
go
is.
further than what's
Jesus
happening
Christ.
here at Stormont. We want to hear what's happening in the communities and reflect the good news as well as the
It's a
bad.
parody.
We want to
It's
make you
weird.
smile every day. Because let's face it, we need it right now. Tell us what you love about where you live.
I like the kebab shop.
And
They do
also,
good kebab.
tell us your concerns.
The northeast of England has been
Northeast of England is a
underrepresented
shithole.
and underestimated on a national level for too long.
The West Midlands is as diverse as its people. If it matters to you, your family,
diverse.
or your community, then it matters
Yeah,
to
you're not
us.
even gonna like it, mate. It's
Get
not
in
even
touch.
racist enough
We
for
want
you.
to
That's
hear
just the problem.
your
It's trying to walk this line, but it's not even funny.
They're trying to pretend to be
I'm
objective
Balvin
and
Decidu,
impartial.
GB News
Yeah, they
reporter
are, I know.
for the West
That's
Midlands.
why
It's like, come
I'm
on.
Rachel Sweeney,
We-
GB News reporter
we-
for the North.
We know they're not objective and impartial, and that's why people are watching them. They don't want objectivity. They don't want them to be impartial. So why try
I
and
don't
hide
want you
it?
to be impartial. Just say you're the Sun, but a TV program. That's what we want. We want. No, I know. So fucking cringe. What are these adverts?
At least Sky and Channel 4 don't pretend. They're just full on.
No, I know, it's ridiculous. God. Where'd you go, Tom? Oh. Yeah, I know. That's what we want. That's what we want. Instead, they're trying to pretend to be impartial. We want the Sun. These are the twits. No, mate, the far right are not impressed by this shit. The far right are not impressed.
Well, the left
Yeah,
are
I know.
never going to be impressed with it. I don't know why they're bothering trying to appeal anywhere that way.
It's just
You
so
know,
shit.
It's
just
just
so
you know,
shit.
you know you're supposed to be the gammon channel.
I bet more people are going to watch George Galloway's show by the end of this. This is for twits.
Well, I thought the whole point of this news channel was to be for the type of people who go, "Oh, those politicians, you're a shaming, eh?" You know, I thought they would additionally, embrace their gammon-esque audience instead of trying to appeal to, yeah.
Oh, Galloway's going for a break, so I don't know if he's going to call me at some point. We'll find out.
Oh, it'd be funny if he did.
Great British Twittery. It's just so cringe. No, it is. I feel like this might just piss off gammons because I feel like it feels so false and fake. How do they get all these adverts though? That's what I don't get. Like, who the fuck would want to put their adverts on this? I wouldn't. How did this get? It shouldn't be allowed on Freeview. I swear there was a rule that you have to be impartial for these sorts of things. Oh, fair enough. This shit is worse than George Galloway's show.
The people's agenda, the good news and optimism. I'm delivered with warmth and humour. And two people who are not afraid to enjoy themselves are Simon McCoy and Alex Phillips. They join me from their very own naughty corner in the studio. And there they are now. I can hear you loud and clear. What I'm just worried is you're taking this good news thing so far, you're going to have a separate segment of the show devoted to good news. Explain that.
At 5:15 every day, I'm going to bring 7 or 8 stories that you would count as good news, positive stories from around the UK that actually tell a good story. And it could be a selfless act of charity, from a neighbour around the corner. We want to hear these stories, uplifting stories of optimism, as well as bigger issues, the technological innovations and advances that are made in this country very regularly that we don't hear about. So good stories, things that will just maybe put a smile on your face. There may even be the odd dog surfing dog. I don't know.
I very much doubt it, but we can wait and see. Alex, is this going to catch on, do you think? Is there a market for good news?
Definitely. And, you've got to tune into it because he cheers me up every day. He has been during the rehearsals. And I've decided I never read them in advance. It'd be very easy for me to go in the run order and see what he's going to talk about. But I love being hit with them so I can, appreciate them and get that first reaction. It's really worth watching.
What kind of stories are you going to bring to the programme? What's of real interest to you, which you think either is not being covered at all or needs to be covered in a different way?
Well, I'm really interested in some of the social issues. The way I see things is society it's moved on so much in the last decade, and a lot of people just don't feel connected to things that are being spoken about in the media. They kind of almost feel under attack. And whereas some of those happy news stories, I actually get a little section which is a bit of a rant. So he's like the antidote to me.
It's a big.
It just doesn't feel like a news show.
Great. I mean, so many other presenters, so many others, but we know a few, don't we, who've perhaps been.
It's fake.
God, look at fucking.
When's this twat going to bring me back?
Almost.
showing that people out there
His
will have
honestly, I thought
questions,
that just
and it's going
hilarious.
to
The
be really
state of
important
Andrew
that people
Neil.
do
He's so
email
funny.
in and
Look at him, he's
text
just
in
a
their
mess.
questions, because I will
Look at
read
his-
them out within seconds.
He knows they're
if,
talking
if
shit as
you
well.
say
Look at
something
him.
that you don't agree with Alex on, because I need to put it to her most of the time. I
And
think.
that's important. You know, being
No,
a
I know.
politician, and I have
It
my
cuts off the
strident
top of the
views, but if you
news, look.
can't actually debate things and discuss things properly, what's the point?
Who normally wins between the two of you?
Me, obviously.
Honestly, I think you could do a better job with the graphics.
Well, we shall see. But we look forward to the debates and the stories and the discussion, and also all the guests. You're
They
gonna
did. They
have,
stopped the music. It's
on
like
to
stop,
Simon and Alex. Thanks
it's like
for
stopping,
being with us.
music.
Thanks, Andrew.
UK
Royalty-free.
News with serious attitude. Tonight live, we'll
No,
dissect
what
the
they did,
day's
they
stories
they did, and they live-
with honest views and big name interviews every night
Honestly, look
from
at Andrew
9
Neil.
p.m.
He's
Its
just, I love how
presenters
bright
are
red
Dan
he is
Wootton
already.
and
He's seen
Nana
one black
Akwian.
person and he's
They
already,
join us
you know,
now
gone
from
bright
our
red in
sofa,
anger. Like, you
looking
know,
comfortable together.
he's just a mess, isn't he? Look at him. Why is he so red? Oh yeah, it's dire. Like,
Show. And Nana, we are great mates, but she's here Friday and
just, yeah,
Saturday
pure.
nights as we
It's dead
think
on the
there's a
inside, all of
huge
them
gap
do.
in the market for
A lot more dead than
what
George
people get
Galloway.
in this country at night. If you watch news at night, very often you
saying
want
something. Honestly, I mean, they should have got Galloway on this. No, I'm not even joking. If they got Galloway on this, it would have made it like 10 times better. Yeah, but they really
Oh,
nice. Alistair
Nigel.
Campbell on here. Alistair Campbell, brilliant.
No, we need him on.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Oh, well, they should put him on with one of the black female presenters. Do you notice there isn't a single black man on this? It's just black women. Jesus Christ. When's the Ash Sarwar show going to start? I want to.
Saka.
Sarkar, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ash Sarkar show, when's that going to start? They should have Ash Sarkar and Owen Jones have a show on this and call it like
Oh, I hate Owen Jones, but he's funny. Like,
they could call it like the Lefty Pufter segment.
Just get him on Channel 4.
Honestly, I think
going to be able to look deep.
honest. Yeah, I know. Here's the thing: they haven't got a single working class person on here, and yet they said they stand for people. No, Jeremy Clarkson wouldn't work for this shit. He works for Amazon. He works for Amazon, mate.
Attempting to do something different on Friday and Saturday nights compared to the Monday to Thursday slot?
Well, yes, absolutely. And one of the big things we want to
honestly,
do is
the
actually get
quality
live and
comedy,
go
like,
around the UK, going to different venues, don't go into the best of British, so the pub scene is always an interesting thing.
All
so
around
we'll be going
the
around
UK.
finding out the experiences of different pubs and event businesses and how they fared during lockdown. And we're really just going to make sure that it's not a centralised London-centric thing, but we're going to go out and about and get
Do you reckon
and the
this will
views
take
None
off?
of you are from the north of England. I don't think there's a single person on here from the north of England.
Do you reckon this? Honestly, do you reckon this will take off? Like, do you reckon, you know, this is going to continue and people are going to watch it?
It is. No, it is. They're paid grifters, that's for sure.
We want to celebrate the good, fun things going on in your area.
Doing
News
the
shouldn't
grift,
have to be all
Oh
bad.
God, it's
Let's
BTEC
celebrate
down
the
Grimes.
amazing places
Jesus
where we
Christ.
live and the brilliant
So
people
you
that live
don't
here.
think this
Far
is
and
going to be on
wide
like
from
the same
every
level
part
as
of the
Sky
United
News and
Kingdom.
Channel
We
4
want
now?
to hear what you're talking about and what matters.
Why is he just cutting to her laughing in black and white? I bet they thought they were really cool when they did that. They're like, oh yes, look how slick we are. Oh. Oh look, like receding hairline.
Hey Tom,
Yeah.
you playing Rome at the moment?
My what?
You playing Rome at the moment?
Well, I was just playing Attila, but then it pissed me off because I just hate how it looks. But at the moment, I am
Fair
playing
enough.
Rome.
You meet up on Rome?
I don't see it. Are you, mate? Are you really? Alright, I believe you. I won't believe you. Alright, okay.
These ads are
Right. Bro, at that point, all it'd take is a single like legionary cohort. Christ, the Gallic units are terrible. Except Oathsworn. If you upgrade Oathsworn to like the silver chevron, then they're as good as a single Roman cohort. Right, just spam war dogs. You can't do that like you could in the first Rome. Nah.
Oh yeah.
Gonna fire bows and arrows, eh?
Skirmisher spam. Nah. I can take every single projectile. I can take every single projectile. Easy peasy. Listen here, buddy.
Oh, Galloway's going through his calls right now, so I don't know when this is going to happen.
I got this. Easy. Easy.
So, have you installed Rome 2 then, or what? The old one. Well, I say old, and Rome 2 was in like the second one. Installed? Right. Yeah, okay, I get you own them, but have you got them installed, ready to play? Oh. On Rome 2, yeah. You can't do it on the remastered, but in Rome 2, yeah. I see.
Right. Interesting.
And I find it quite quite disappointing in Rome 2.
Nah, bro, Spartan heroes are like the best unit in the game, objectively.
Well, nah, it's like spearmen just perform really badly in this game. And
I just love how they haven't even got the copyright.
But it's a different era of warfare, though. You know. Yeah. Use them right, then yeah. As long as you don't
Oh, it's
use them
back.
retarded, yeah.
Oh god, Great Britain news.
Constructive, 2 words at the heart of our mission, particularly when it comes to politics. We'll be
Just playing a
campaign,
less
yeah.
on
What it was in the
Westminster
first round.
and more on what the
Oh
decisions
no,
made
which is
there
good,
mean
really.
to every
But
part
it's like
of the
it's like you're in
UK.
Attila.
Our political
I
editor,
was just
Jeremy
playing a game
McCaffrey,
now,
our
and
correspondent
the
John
general
Harwood, and
cavalry
presenter
unit
Nigel
killed an entire
Fotheringay,
unit of
and
like
they join
Frank
us now from
swordmasters
our
or whatever. It was their
kitchen
best general
Welcome
unit
to all three
without
of you.
taking a single
Darren, we
loss.
talk a lot
No,
It was just
about covering
overpowering.
politics
Nice.
differently, but spell that out.
So it's a
for
bit
us.
like medieval 2 when you actually get a charge off.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just playing
do
like a
spend
sort of
less time in
grandish
Westminster, we spend
campaign.
less
Now I've
time
just
on the
finished the
Westminster
grand
grammar,
campaign on
essentially.
Rome, and
That
I'm moving
means,
on to
essentially focusing on the
Empire
issues that I think
Divided, and then I'm
kind
going
of
to move
affect
on to Attila.
you out there. I mean, when you look at it,
Next
there
one
is
in
this
line,
kind
right?
of disconnect, isn't there, between, I think, when people watch the news, what's there,
I'm trying to get
actually
into
affects
Attila.
their lives. And that means, to a large degree, actually getting out of London and Westminster.
Don't
And
say everyone on this
frankly,
show
you know
is a
what, we're
Tory.
going to spend more time focusing on things like bus services.
Have you noticed
and
that they're
housing,
all
a lot
Tories
less
full
time on
stop? You
political
know,
procedure,
Andrew Neil.
and frankly, may I say it, on like Downing Street wallpaper, for example. And in part, it's because we know that power is now somewhat scattered.
No, I don't think
around
Galloway's
the
gonna
UK.
let me
We've
on
got
his show,
parliaments,
you
we've got metro mayors.
Perhaps
and
not.
I think it's really important, Andrew, that we would kind of understand
It should
and
be a
reflect
shame,
that
really.
as well.
That
And
would
that
be really
means, for
funny.
me, physically, it means getting out of London, but it doesn't mean necessarily just going to cities like Manchester or Glasgow or Bristol. It actually means going to places like Doncaster or to Stirling or to Yeovil, because I think that's where we'll get a proper sense of actually what people are talking about, what matters to them, and what matters to their lives.
Absolutely. I think we really need to have a whole rounded view of politics as it exists in this country, all across the country, but not ignoring Westminster as well. I think we're going to try and do Westminster in a different way. We don't want to get sucked into the sort of lobby journalist group.
Oh, Tom, do you see what they did with when I think I told you about what they did with the Civics in War Thunder?
I don't think that's what we really
Yeah, I
want to
hear
be
that.
about. We
It's
want to
a
get to the
shame.
bread and
I mean,
butter of the issues and how
they didn't really
matter
have.
to people at home. We want to
Well, I
ask
mean, without a
different
cannon,
questions,
I didn't think they'd
searching
really be of
questions.
much
Yes, be
use. But
critical, but also
No,
be
it's
willing
it's
to
at
speak up
8.3
when
and
there are
it's got like
successes of this country,
4
because there are
red
so
top
many
missiles.
successes of this country.
It's got
And
insane
sometimes it's nice
acceleration,
to talk about the
etc.,
good news
etc.
too.
Turns well,
Absolutely. I mean, I
doesn't
think
compress
civic
too much, and
participation,
it's
getting your perspective on
8.3.
the
It is a
democracy and freedom
monster.
of speech are central
So,
to
but
when we
it's
talk about
purely
stories. So
positional play.
when a story comes
Like
up,
you
it's
can't,
not just
of course,
kind of
can't
telling
dogfight
people
if you
what
only
to
got
think, it's
missiles.
actually finding out what
It's
they
just not an
think and
option.
debating it from a
But
wide range
like
of
in terms of
perspectives. And I
positional
think, you know,
play, it's
what's really
probably the
interesting
best
about the Great
aircraft
British Breakfast,
for
But it
for
that.
just
example, we all
it brings a
come
whole
from
new
very
meaning
different
to Boom
experiences
Zoom.
Why
and
is there a
backgrounds and interests.
bookcase
So, for example, I
on the
might be
show?
interested in more in ethical implications. You might be interested in the political implications.
Yeah,
And what that does
yeah,
is
Tom,
that we
they're
have a much
literally
more
like
richer,
2.6
substantive
Mark
look at stories, and that's how we can get
16G
much more
overload
country.
missiles
Yeah, and I think it's really
that
important
can travel,
as Tom was
like you
suggesting
get a
there,
real
when
lock
it comes
aspect
to
from
party
like
politics, we
6
recognise when
kilometers.
parties come up with good ideas. It's
And
not party
it also has
politics
like a
that work out
30
lots of
kilogram
good ideas
explosive warhead,
for Britain. But we
which
also
is
have
just,
some fun too.
it annihilates.
Politics can be fun, Andrew.
Could you believe it?
Don't tell me about it. I used to do a show that was based on politics.
I went installed it now.
Absolutely.
In favor of Stellaris. Oh well, thanks. Woke. I wouldn't describe it as woke.
Hey, Sky News is more woke than anything. Well, recently, in recent months, it's been a bit. Yeah, this is more. They're more trying to copy Americans, or it looks fake.
No, it is fake. This isn't a British news show. It's literally funded by Americans and Saudis or something.
Yeah.
This isn't British news. This is the fucking globalist news.
Britain. Rule Britannia, guys. Rule Britannia.
Who are these people? How do they hire this many people? I just feel like Andrew Neil just got all his friends a job.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just full of like gammons and then like black chicks. That's literally it.
And colleagues have been saying it's a fresh agenda. Britain
when?
is at a turning point. The United Kingdom is at a turning point.
Oh,
Coming
yeah.
out of the coronavirus, coming out still of Brexit, building better, finding people who are the innovators.
What?
Not trying to
Oh,
interview
your account,
politicians to say, why did you not do X 6 months ago and do you deeply regret it? Gotcha. No. So what are you going to do now? What's the next move? How are you going to sort out that Northern Ireland protocol?
I mean, that's just diabolical.
It may have not been sorted out before, etc., etc. Let's look forward. Who are the people who are going to be providing the new jobs in the new industries? I mentioned
that's always never going
earlier
to
when we
find
were
anyone
chatting
like him again.
that my daughter's
just
a
black
head
person
teacher,
who's
and she said to me
willing
the
to be
other
their
day,
camp.
she does primary, and she said most of the jobs that these children will be occupied in 10, 15 years' time don't exist at the moment, and most of the companies that will provide those jobs don't either. So we'll be doing stuff like that. We've got a spot called Rising Stars, people who are the innovators and creators of the future. Industry, entrepreneurialism, education, science, philosophy, the lot. And finally, Alistair Stewart and friends, I'm hoping to be talking to some people that I was with there on the Berlin Wall in the first Gulf War as an industrial correspondent during the miners' strike, reflecting on those things and talking to new friends as well, some of whom are going to be
Where's the money going?
So
I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, just a bit.
Alistair Stewart and friends.
Yes.
When did that happen?
Well, it was like you said on the tape, Andrew Neil show. That's original. How long did that take?
They
only
probably
6
are
months
big, but who they paying?
in the Caribbean where we had to meet to
Andrew
discuss
Neil.
Andrew, you've got a special interest and you're a free speech nation will have a special interest in cancel culture. And I would suggest that, which is to do with
I get,
Walker
Andrew
and so
Neil
on.
is big figure and all, you got to pay him.
Some of these stories are just ludicrous, and it's best just have a bit of fun about them.
With this week over, he's not
Picture
exactly
in
doing
Oxford
it.
University,
He's probably
one of the
pretty
colleges
desperate, like.
Others, though, are very serious because others involve the closing down of perfectly legitimate opinion, and I would think that's what really concerns you.
Well, this is the point. There's a real distinction between those stories that we hear every day that we can all have a big laugh at, like pictures like students getting upset about a picture of the Queen, perhaps, or the hospital that suggested we say, instead of breastfeeding, chest feeding. A couple of days ago, another body was saying we should say body feeding.
Look at all that Saudi oil money they're wasting on this.
But all of those things, we can laugh at them and they're quite good entertainment.
Look at what it could be spent on otherwise.
More serious kind of about a lot of these stories, and particularly the rise of cancel culture, but also the police investigating citizens for non-crime. They do that on a routine basis. There's big tech censorship.
I mean, they still got plenty of bombs, Saudi Arabia, coming from the British government, so they'll be alright for all
It's
that.
actually quite sinister, and most of all, like you say, the rise of cancel.
Yeah, I know. I remember when Theresa May was Prime Minister. Her husband makes a lot of money off arms sales to Saudi Arabia.
All the time, like ordinary people are losing their jobs, they're getting disciplined for saying the wrong thing, making mistakes, or even just slipping up or saying something that someone's found offensive, and we've got to talk about it.
This guy's
when is your free speech nation scheduled?
So that's on
You're
Saturdays
not an
at
ordinary
4 o'clock,
person,
and we're just
are
going to
you?
run through all of these stories every week.
Well, I don't think you'll be short of material. Alistair, your show is scheduled?
I am 12 till 3 on Saturdays and Sundays. Another thing to get another plug to.
Long bear
Rehearsal. I've had some fantastic conversations with our network of local reporters up and down the country, and we've talked about people being banned from clubs in Blackpool because they had a God Belief T-shirt on, or maybe it was because they were disabled, about restaurateurs who cannot find the right numbers of staff
I can't imagine
as we
it.
inch towards reopening, and even the return of
anywhere
the
near
deck
as
chair on
viewed as,
Blackpool
say,
Beach,
Sky News or the
alongside
BBC or
the Gormley
ITV.
statues on
I think,
Crosby
this is
Beach.
just going to
I tell
be
you,
one of
Andrew,
those
all life is there, and
sort
it is
of,
vibrant.
All life is there and more.
just
Alistair,
totally
Andrew, thank you very
irrelevant
much.
shows,
After the
news
break, what
broadcasting
makes
channels in the
Britain tick?
background are having
Gloria De Piero and Liam Halligan will be here.
I reckon it's going to flop.
More of our reporters telling us about their communities.
Wait, who?
GB News
They're
wants to
all getting
report on the stories
paid.
that really matter to your community.
Yeah, they must
But
have
we
got
don't
like
just
1
report
million
on these
each, and then
areas,
they left
we
like
call
1
them
million
home.
to
And we
spare.
care about our patch as much as you do.
We won't try to tell
LBC was
you
better than
what to
this.
believe,
Yeah.
what's
I'm not saying
acceptable to
something.
say.
Yeah,
We
he's
believe
saying
in
something.
freedom
Yeah,
of speech.
LBC.
No
And
wonder
we want to
fucking
hear
Piers
what
Morgan didn't want
matters
to go on
to
this.
you.
Jesus Christ.
Scotland is my
He
home and
wants
I
his
love
job
it.
back
We
at
are
fucking
Britain's
ITV. No way does he like a... He's a twit, but he's not that much of a twit. I know, it's ridiculous.
Also, Tom, they made the Jaguar viable. They made the Jaguar viable. Do you want me to show you how they've done it?
I go on.
Yeah, Jaguar GR1.
Piers Morgan may be desperate these days, but he ain't desperate enough to go on fucking GBN. If you if you want to see a man that's desperate, you need to look no further than George Galloway.
George Galloway. He's an entertaining man. I know they do, yeah. This isn't entertaining whatsoever. This is funny the first time you watch it just from the cringe, but in the end you're just gonna like tune out because this is. Well, Stizer, here's the thing: you're pissed all the time, so it'll be alright.
It's like our question time of any. I was watching I was watching it back last night, and I just fucking shouting at the telly. I just honestly, it's pathetic. It's just pathetic, though. I mean, the amount of backbenchers.
You're depressed. Have some chocolate. I'm sorry, this advert's just stupid.
It's honestly depressing how many Tory backbenchers there are who are just desperate for Boris to notice them. It's just like, does my right honourable friend agree that the government is absolutely smashing and my arse licking is so thorough it's deserving of a cabinet position? It's basically every question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, well, the thing is as well, though, is like, our current parliamentary system, it doesn't really work very well when you have disciplined political parties putting on free-line whips. There's no point anymore. It's just, oh yeah,
Well, that's not, yeah, well, the Prime Minister isn't meant to have supreme power. They are. It's not the President of the United States. They're meant to sort of compromise their cabinet more. They do, but
similar.
Well,
similar, yeah.
Well, well, the president is totally separate from the legislature, and he's part of the executive, of course. Leads it.
Yeah,
He has a veto power, but the thing is, the executive can't write up any bills to be basically passed as statute law. Well, they can in the UK. Obviously, the prime minister and his cabinet can draft a bill. Well, he has to get his party to vote for it, but Parliament is
They need a vote from Parliament.
That's just a formality, though. Let's be honest. It's not... Nah, you're right, bud.
She
Oh,
has more
dear,
power
miss.
than the PM, really.
That dress does not fit this woman. Oh god, this is the most fake woman ever. Yeah, but that dress does not fit her whatsoever.
Ordinary people.
I love how you use an adjective to describe it. It clearly shows that you've been looking at it as well. And you were calling Pap the Piv.
Mission we've got here, Andrew.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I've been on fucking noise. Yeah.
For some news broadcasting in Britain is, how shall I put it, not quite economically educated.
I think that's right, Andrew. You and I have talked on television a lot about economics, haven't we? You've made a career not only covering politics, but economics too. I've tried in my own way to be a bit similar. But I don't just want economics to be about the City of London or big business bosses. Economics is what makes the country tick. It's jobs, it's wealth, it's prosperity. It's what people talk about when they get together in the pubs and the clubs, when they're allowed to, and let's hope that continues. So we're going to be bringing economics to GB News. I'm lucky
You know, I just keep thinking of men.
Policy making as a politician, and Gloria knows her way around economics.
You can't get them off your mind, can you?
Island country. Oh, love my queen. Love my country. Simple as.
Oh, she's so fake. This is some of the worst acting I've ever seen. You are right! Oh my god, that laugh was more fake than fucking Hillary Clinton's. Jesus Christ. I know he is.
What did Hillary Clinton say? We came, we
saw, he died.
He died. Hey, we saw you died. What?
Some
What
of
do
the
you
people
mean,
are
like?
more. How many people are on this shit show? Yeah, it's all the unemployed yobbos. That's what it is. It is. That's what it is. It's the job center. I should call it job center news. Universal credit. Universal credit, the CBE program. To be fair, this is quite good. It means less people are on universal credit, so they're doing the country a service. Oh my god, look at his mouth.
Oh, you Australian, yeah.
Nigel Farage is going to be on.
To speak to the UK too on tonight's big question. This is the first ever Tonight Live. I'm Dan Wootton. Let's go. Tomorrow was due to be one of the most important days in recent British history. Finally, freedom. Granted to a country that was told it would take just 3 weeks to flatten the curve and protect the NHS 15 months ago. A return of our God-given civil liberties as the government finally stepped away from controlling every damn aspect of our lives and learned to trust us again. A chance for businesses to make up for the untold damage of this past year, which will lead to spiralling poverty for children.
What is he doing with his head, though? Has he got Tourette's? Dance together. Oh my god, he's like admiring grown men dancing together. He sounds really sore. He is.
In the years to come, we will.
Australia Sky News wouldn't hire me, so now I'm on this shit. Doomsday.
Day delayed. What?
Terrified the public into supporting lockdowns. But if we don't fight back against this madness, some of the damage, I think, will be irreversible. Tomorrow night, in an address to the nation, Boris will likely try and tell us it will be just another 4 weeks, as if there'll be the next variant, the next scare story, more intense
It doesn't make any sense when they're saying shit like the next variant.
By the
They're all
BBC and ITV,
vaccinated.
unchallenged. Why don't they report on the good news? The fact 95% of over 65s, the vulnerable
point is, it's
age
less
group, now
likely.
have
More
COVID
people are
antibodies.
vaccinated, and more people
The
will
fact
fight
that
off
while
disease, and less reproduction of the virus. Regrettably, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Tucker Carlson's actually funny. He is an alien. He is an alien. You can just... I just don't understand why they didn't start with Andrew Neil, because like he's clearly the best person on this shit show. Oh my god, Theresa May's on there. Theresa May.
You know it's dire when bloody Andrew Neil is the best man on your show, like.
Oh, he is. Who are these people? I've never seen any of these. They should have got Darren Grimes on.
Just jip, like.
An authoritarian state.
Rehired staff and paid for supplies.
Did you hear him? He said, set us free tomorrow, Boris. Set me free. Take it, Boris.
Jesus
David
Christ.
taking the knee!
Well, this is a story here now.
Oh, how could they take the knee? Oh! Is Cameron still here?
I think the BBC put on fake cheering noises when the booing started.
I'm telling
That's
you
what I
guys,
heard.
Angela Rayner is the next Diane Abbott. What do they do? Prince Harry. Mm. Mm. We're only watching Great Britain.
The association with it, though, isn't it? Right, but they're using it, though, aren't they, though? So, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's...
To fund the thing.
Yeah, that was by one of her own, someone in their own community as well. Yeah.
Whack. Right. Sound of a
She was
gun,
an
that
idiot,
is.
though. She was an
Wham!
absolute clown.
Oh, they're going to get on about the Wuhan. Oh my god. So, did you just hear this? Union Jackass.
Union Jackass. What?
What is this? To be fair,
Oh,
he is getting
no.
into it more now. He is getting into it a bit more. He's the racist now. The mask is off now. It's great. Oh god, Alan Sugar's on it. Alan Sugar.
Oh no, I hate him so much, man. Honestly, he's just vile. The man is scum.
columnist for the Daily Express. Benjamin Butterworth is senior reporter for the newspaper. He's also been described as the most woke man in Britain. And Neil Oliver is the archaeologist, broadcaster, and now presenter of Neil Oliver Live right here on Saturday nights on GB News. What a team we are, but we have to get to the news of the day. Carol, it's looking like Boris Johnson is going to deny us our freedoms tomorrow. Can you understand that on any level?
On the couch, he's the one in the middle. The one with the pink
Because
shirt.
Public Health England on their website today, they're saying yes, infections have gone up, but what they're saying is hospital admissions are not going up.
Well, what is he like, boy?
And you know, I think the trouble that's happened with Boris, he's now surrounded by a cabal of doom-mongering
really
scientists
lost
who
the
are
genetic
forever
lottery.
giving him the worst case
To that
scenario.
guy.
Every scenario has turned out to be wrong, by the way, that predicted. But he's too terrified not to listen to them. You know, scientists in this country are split on whether we should be in lockdown and whether we shouldn't. But Boris is only listening to the ones that says we should remain so. And I find it, you know, they're saying now it's because of this new variant, you know, and if they delay it for another 4 weeks, that it's going to be fine. Is it going to be fine?
Does the guy have bitch
in
tits?
4 weeks' time? Of course. What are they going to do about that? They're going to say, will the vaccine work?
You've got to find out if he's using tea tree oil to treat the acne. Does he have bitch
And if
tits?
it does, we should just...
Exactly, and why are we undermining it? I mean, Neil Oliver, you have been an arch striding critic of lockdowns. Last year you said
there was a study done in Australia
where
they were using tea tree oil to
I do. I think
treat teenagers with like severe acne. And I mean, it helps, but the problem is it's got
with our kids, you know, speaking very personally.
I mean, of course, the kind of almost estrogen is a xenomolecule, but sometimes the body can just
properly assess the situation,
see it as estrogen anyway and just, you know,
but it has been apparent for a very long time.
let's just say like a good few, quite a few Australian kids just ended up with bitch tits. It's really upsetting.
Our economies around the world upon people, you know, the necessity to deal with. There are many other ways to die.
Oh God, it's a washed-up historian. He's read like a gammon as well.
Mental health, their well-being, children's education. It's all been compromised, not just here at home in Great Britain, but around the world. And we have to get to a point, and it ought to have been now, where we said, COVID's not going away. We now share the planet. It's another fellow traveller. We're going to have to live with it. And the confidence should have been there to go, right, June the 21st is as good a day as any. Let's get on with it.
Benjamin Butterworth, where do you stand on this? Because I put it to you that we're being gaslighted by this government. We're always told that it's going to be okay until the moment that they are about to release us and grant us back our freedoms. Why is that acceptable?
I mean, look, I have to say that if they're going to release this tomorrow,
I love the rhetoric that the moment they were about to release us, you know, Freedom Day, it's like, Christ, no point of the gun to your head.
I do think that must be an absolute
You're behind bars.
I'm in my 20s, and so I have missed going out dancing and enjoying nights at the theatre. There are so many things about
you must
living,
release
and I
us.
don't
Like,
want the lockdown to
you
go
can't go to
However,
the pub.
the fact is that this Indian variant is
you can go to the pub now. You can go to the pub. Yeah,
doubling every week. And it strikes me that if we didn't add a couple of weeks now, when we've still not got a majority of the country double vaccinated, that we'd risk coming out of it and then going back into another lockdown.
Well, we do have a majority of the country double vaccinated.
I think it's only just getting to 50%.
Well, it's over 50% now, and this is a long way, Carol,
I find this a bit funny, you know, the fact that they're going on about that the government says we'll be free then, but you can't trust them. It's just, it's like, basically, it's baseless sort of criticism, stoking up mistrust and cynicism regarding the government. It's like,
the amount of people that have been infected, it's what's happening to
I'll
the
tell you
ones
what this
that
news
are infected.
is. It's
And
Boris
we
Johnson
know
pressure
from
group.
hospitalisations,
Pressure Boris
still
Johnson to do
remain
what they
low,
want.
and death, that it's
This is
not
what
doing
they
that.
do.
But I think as a country, this
pressure, right?
lockdown has made us lose the ability to balance risk. You know, life is about balancing risk, and we do it every day. People get on motorcycles, they get onto planes, and what's happened is that,
I hate Laura
there
Coombs,
are lots
honestly.
of
I
people dying in this
detest
country
her with
of
a
heart disease and
passion.
of cancer.
She's just
All of which
awful,
went unchecked
absolutely
because
awful.
the one thing that has
Kurzberg is worth
fixated
10
this
of these
government,
twits.
the one illness that has fixated
I think
this government
Boris's
is
wife is
COVID.
probably
We have to
brainwashed him a
balance
bit,
the
though,
risk
to be fair.
and just
Absolutely, and clearly it's appropriate that we're talking about it on a new news network, but the media has to take a lot of responsibility for that, because let's be honest, politicians react to what's in the media, and if they are being hammered every single day by BBC News constantly putting up the COVID statistics without talking about the collateral damage virtually at all, then they are going to react.
I honestly think for as long as it has gone on now, and it's now becoming a period of time that will shortly be being measured in years.
No, they should get damn for conspiracy theories.
Originally, it was going to be weeks. It's going to be years.
To talk about COVID. Why aren't they?
Millions of pounds have been spent. £300 million, I think it is, that the government have spent on that information campaign that has absolutely achieved its objective. It has terrified that part of the population that is susceptible to that information. It hasn't terrified everyone, but there has been a terrible damage wrought upon the population. We know the significance of the virus, but there are many risks in life. I know. And to give people the idea that we can create risk-free worlds, or a risk-free world that it's either going to be this vaccine will negate the risk of that, so you don't need to worry about that. That's the wrong way to lead people. The world is not a clean place. The world is not a safe place. The risk.
The funniest thing. Oh, no.
Life is for living. I thought you said that. Surely you accept this cunt. So what?
Everyone on this program knows this is a disaster.
Oh, it's been anti-government now, so it's pretending to be
We are a free democratic country, and that's a great thing. I don't want to be like Singapore, where you get thrown in jail if you drop some chewing gum on the train. That's not us.
I mean, sure, but actually the majority of the British people...
You're getting funded by the Saudis, and this is how shit this looks.
Oh, this guy wants more delays.
Well, even they don't take it seriously.
Dr. Fauci, no one in this country knows who he is. He's not.
Yeah, they do. Those libtards, man. Those libs.
No one knows who he is.
Owen Jones and Ash Sarkis.
Let's get Ash Sarkar now. I wanted to say some stupid shit to make the left look idiotic. Yeah. Get her on here talking about luxury communism space.
The
Get her on
hardcore
here talking
ones.
about mining asteroids, please. That's what we want to see. We want to see Andrew Neil then just shake his head like Tucker Carlson.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
You'll get it. Yeah, one day.
She already got interviewed by 60 Minutes Australia to make the left look like absolute grade A moron.
Did she say that she was a communist on a Good Morning Britain?
I'm literally a communist.
So embarrassing.
You're destroyed. You know what people think when they think of communism? They think of like Germany, Soviet Union.
People who've never been to communist countries before. The ones who love it the most.
That creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I told her and Obama just stayed. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Oh, it's just terrible, guys. It's terrible. What am I watching? What am I doing in my life watching Jimmy Savile and GNB or GBN?
This is the greatest timeline ever.
I love you, Jimmy. Whoa, come on, Jimmy.
We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
What is he doing? What's he doing? He's like going to hell again or something. Guys, I think our connection with hell is breaking up.
Apparently. Apparently, eh? Yeah, I believe you.
God, is he actually gonna unmute it or not? It's a whole show.
Masks anymore.
Oh, it's done fine now.
Oh, there we are.
What is this fever dream?
Oh my god. They're questioning masks. This is not credible news.
Yeah, I'm not wearing them anymore personally, but I've got the right ones, but you'll be wearing them forever at this rate if they carry on.
What? We can send in videos. We can send in videos.
Alright if you've got a loose one, but if you get them tight ones that wrap around you, and they're the ones that...
Stock. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The ones that you work with are the worst. Like the ones at work where 8 hours, walking around and they're making you wear them tight ones and you can't breathe. Fucking horrible.
He said it. No, stop. He said it to TV News.
Yeah. Horrible, aren't they? Yeah. It's the worst thing I'd say.
Look how low quality that weather map is.
It looks like Victoria too.
It looks worse quality than Victoria too.
Yeah, it's straight from the 90s, like.
Oh wait, it's so bad. You hear this?
He's back from the dead, man. Jimmy's back from the dead.
So there's absurd shit I've ever seen.
No, did you see what he said in the chat?
Yeah,
I need to record a voice video. He sent it in the chat.
They better put it on. They better put it on. Okay, now then, I'm funding this. My friends from Saudi Arabia. My friends from the Middle East. What? It'd be pretty crazy to create a Jimmy Savile.
I have to wait until 9:45 for Nigel to come on.
Oh.
Wait, Nigel's coming on?
Yeah.
He's coming on as a guest.
Oh.
9:45. This is where the real action starts now. It's probably the highlight of the show. The only good guy on there. Oh, Nigel. I just said that because I knew it'd provoke a reaction.
Allergic reaction.
I'm personally a fan of Nigel, but the rest of them on here. They've all made a tit of themselves, haven't they, though, online?
Yeah, these people are just so out of touch with normal people. This is like the equivalent of like, it's like you know how they call Twitter an echo chamber.
Yeah.
Well, this is like an echo chamber for like right-wing Twitter. Like most people in this country do not care about this sort of stuff.
Well, it's traditional form. It's just a hollow argument these days.
What is going on?
They should get a little bit more balance now, though, between just how biased they all are in this country. It's the same everywhere, though. You get more balance in a way that you have, right? You have Channel 4, you have Sky News, the BBC. They're not exactly impartial or objective, nor is GB News. So you're getting a balance, aren't you? A balance between stupidity. No, I agree.
But
Yeah, it's fake. It's just so fake.
Oh my god, it's Michael Gove.
How is he on?
Michael Gove. No.
Oh, Tony Blair wants ID cards so bad. He just wants it so bad. he thinks he can do it now. These COVID passports. He just loves the idea of being able to just know where you're.
Weren't Labour moaning about the ID for voting? That people can't afford to purchase ID.
Presumably that's from the last time they got elected. Yeah. Oh God, he's at Andrew Neil's awful desk. It is a joke, to be fair.
Oh, Lord Sumption. He's been on a few times.
I don't doubt to say why. Speak up, mate. He's not white, he's red.
He's been around, been popping up around recently.
He used to be on the Supreme Court, this fella.
Yeah,
He's,
he's Supreme Court, he was. I've watched a few of his cases. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's favourite Blairite institution, that.
It's good in a way, but it's also got its cons. No,
Well,
Supreme Court. It's good in a way, but it's.
It was good. I mean, I think the Supreme Court was one of Blair's good constitutional reforms.
Yeah, I do agree with it for the most part. I mean, because you look at the Court of Appeal, and even that court it can still make mistakes, as in some cases. So.
Tony Blair did do quite a lot. Well, I'd say did a lot of good things. Rush would probably say did nothing good whatsoever. He ruined this country.
Yeah. No. Yeah, Tony Blair definitely did a lot of. Well, to be fair, he did fair amount of positive things.
Mm.
Cannot dispute that at all.
Yeah. That was.
What was that thing with the contracts, private contracts, or the loans?
Yeah.
Well, that's
was
it.
him.
Private
Yeah,
finance.
yeah, that was.
It's the worst thing
was
he did.
Stupid. That.
Yeah, it's just corruption.
Yeah, the only thing, like.
To be fair, I think they got rid of her over the poll tax as well in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Size look at general.
Like people who say the NHS is free. Yeah, that's what I mean. You pay your taxes and your national insurance, so you're still contributing to it.
Well,
Nothing's free.
we are in a fiscal deficit. Bear in mind, though. So the extent to which it can taxpay is very limited.
Government.
Well, but the central government, not taxpayers. Well, not even the central government. It's the Bank of England, which is separated from the central government. Yeah, it's not funded by taxpayers. You can make a profit? No. Right, okay. 4%. History lesson to be calculated. What? And he's off and on again.
He just walks off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. So, GBN's a massive flop. That's fairly funny, if I'm going to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie, this Great Britain news guy is going full.
Yeah.
Oh god, Alan Sugar. Oh, it's Nige. It's Nige.
There we are.
Oh. God, they ain't half. Bloody hell, there ain't half many ads on this new fucking show, innit?
I don't understand how they've got so many. Like, who wants to put their ads on the... To be fair, now that they've got over all the cringe shit, they are doing what I expect them to do. They're just doing Fox News, basically. I hate this advert with the girl with the chocolate bar. It's so stupid. Oh my god, what is that fridge? Oh, here's the thing, I haven't watched normal adverts in years.
I know, it's ages, isn't it? Just usually YouTube ones.
I know. Well, I don't think Galloway's calling me back. I think he pussied out.
Bastard. Scum and E, yeah, just scum.
Graceful.